Hey, so welcome back to our podcast. And hey, Mike, good to have you back on air.
Hey, Boris, it's been so long.
Yeah, we're still at home, right? Everything looks unchanged. Office still closed.
My beard is getting thicker. This coronavirus thing is definitely helping the facial hair, although not so much up top.
Yeah, neither here. I did shave though. I did shave, like a clean shave. So last time we were talking, we still didn't have a name for the podcast, so I couldn't welcome our listeners with saying, "Welcome to the podcast." It was like, just welcome. And we promised them we have a name. So initially, let me give you a backstory. We wanted to call it the Quiz Marketing Podcast because we're also setting up a quiz marketing academy where you can learn about quiz marketing. It's at quizmarketing.org, little advertising section here. But it's all free, so not a lot of advertising. And I went in, did some research on that keyword because podcasts and also the video we're producing along with this, they're really good, to be found on Google. They're really good SEO.
Right.
And so unfortunately, quiz marketing has just like 400 searches, 450 searches a month. That's not a lot.
Not great, not great. I mean, there's a lot of people out there like Neil Patel talking about quiz marketing, but it sounds, I guess, it's not such a popular search term.
No, apparently not. And
Okay.
yeah, just wanted to throw out another name that I thought was cool. So what I came up was
Wait, hold on. Do we have a drum roll sound effect? I don't think so. Our production values are pretty okay. Just imagine drum roll. I'm ready.
There we go. The Quiz Makers: How to Run a Quiz Company and Excel in Quiz Marketing.
Okay. Well, yeah, because we know. So yeah, that's cool. So Quizmaker is the most popular search term.
Right.
So that's cool. So it gets it right up there. And also, that sounds a little more engaging than the Quiz Marketing Podcast, which sounds frankly a little dull. But the
Yep.
Quiz Makers, we've been doing this ever since 2003 in a number of different companies,
Yep.
or even earlier.
We are the Quiz Makers, right?
Yeah. So I like it, and it does. It also ties into cool. Bring it.
Cool.
Right.
So,
I raised my glass of coffee.
so the next episode will introduce this podcast as the Quiz Makers, and it's Mike and me being the Quiz Makers. Fun.
Okay.
So the other thing I just wanted to bring out to listeners, as you said, we're doing this, right? We're doing a podcast, and I mentioned in the first episode that we went on a Zoom call and learned about podcasting. And one of the big things is people say, like, why didn't you start a podcast yet? And it's all about, oh, I don't have the background, I don't have the equipment. Aren't there enough podcasts out there, right? You
Well,
said,
so this episode is actually our first episode was kind of like, should we do it? And now this one's kind of like, all right, we made the decision. How do we do it? And we're hoping this will give you guys or everyone who's listening, like, it's not hard. You can do it with a bare minimum of equipment. And and Boris, thankfully, you're a lot better at researching this stuff than I am. So yeah, it'd be interesting to share
the
that.
first thing we all got was these little funny little R2D2 like microphones, right, from Blue. They're kind of cool. There's probably more expensive ones out there that, once we cross the 10,000 listener mark, we buy. But for now, they do.
I think they were 40 pounds, something like that, $40 US.
Yeah. And we all have our natural backgrounds. We're still in Corona lockdown, as you said. So you see us at home, and that's just good enough, right, for a podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So sound quality is there. For production, Mike, you came up with a really cool way to record it, right?
This is actually not, well, this is very coronavirus inspired, but Zoom is absolutely crushing it. Zoom is popular for, conference calls, blah, blah, blah. But Zoom is a very credible podcast tool. Right? Zoom doesn't cost very much. I think it costs $11 a month for a record feature. And when you record it, the sound quality is good, video quality is good. It also, which helps a lot, they give you a separate audio file and a video file. So you're like, oh, hey, I don't have to go into Adobe Premiere and strip out files and make an audio only version. So you say, hey, audio only, going to crop it a little bit of editing, upload to iTunes, upload to Spotify, whatever.
Right.
But the video, okay, YouTube, things like that. So it's brilliant.
No, and it's like we get 2 for 1, right? We get the video, which we use anyways. We can upload video content, and we
Yeah,
get the podcast. And
absolutely.
for uploading, we've done a bit of research. Yeah, you could self-host and manually upload podcasts to all these directories, but that's really painful. So after all the research we've done, we're actually going to sign up for a service called Buzzsprout. They're not super expensive. You can start for free, which is nice for a couple of months, and then they're in the $12 to $20 range, and they will submit to all the directories. So it's going to
Nice.
save us a lot of work. And
Yeah.
we probably have to do a little bit of post-production, probably using Adobe Audition, because we have the Adobe subscription for other stuff, to clean it up a little bit. And honestly, that's all you need. Even if you don't want to do Adobe, there's free tools that you can use to
Yeah,
do
so
it.
essentially, if you're a small company or a small team, this podcast journey, the challenge is to stay with that 80% is good enough. And trying to do everything perfectly is possible, but it's also going to have diminishing returns in terms of what you get back. So this basic setup will work. And for us, it's better to get more episodes out quickly versus 1 or 2 episodes that are absolutely perfect.
Exactly.
Because essentially, the audience wants to listen and learn, and if it's good enough and it sounds professional, let's go with it.
That's a good thing. And I hope we managed this in today's episode, Mike. And we promise to keep it short and sweet, right? But you have one more.
Short and sweet, but there are 3 tips I would pass on because I failed actually on this podcast. When you're doing a podcast, you need to be in a quiet space. So I'm in my dining room, as you can tell from the pictures and things, but it's quiet. There's no traffic, there's no dogs, there's no kids. If that happens, that's fine. It adds a bit of charm to it. But in general, you want a low ambient level of noise. 2, turn off your mobile phone. Turn off your smartphone. Also very embarrassing when you get these little alerts and pings. And we are huge customer support geeks at Riddle. I had to turn that off. So as we started this chat, I had to look away because our customer service notification popped up. So basically, you want to be in a nice, clear space where you can concentrate.
That is a good advice. And I did hear your cell phone, but no, I'm sure no one else heard it, Mike. I'm not going to edit it out now because all right. Well, thank you for listening. Thanks for joining me again, Mike. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Sounds good. Cheers, guys.
Bye.